Open the ground and let it swallow them. And it shall be a warning to the rest of the world that say that I am dead and no longer there. That they shall know, understand, for thousands of generations, they will never forget what I have done. Wickedness and evil. You go, you make medicine. Instead of using the instruments to be able to make a medicine that heals, you make a medicine that has side effects and cause another sickness. So that you continue to depend on them to buy that medicine. And they call it an innovation. Because they have no value for human life. That the human is a sacrifice to them. They play the role of God. You give their life to them. You depend on them. They have bought chairs in all pharmaceuticals. They have bought chairs in all hospitals. They have bought chairs in all pharma groups. They have bought chairs in all technology. It does not matter whether you are a farmer, you are paying to them. That's where you pay your tithes and your offering and thanksgiving. You make money, they turn it over to them. And they're walking around to become billionaires and trillionaires. They are not invested in actually having a cure for a disease. Even the cure God has given you in the plants and the leaves and the herbs and the roots. The natural system God has created that heals itself. In Isaiah 55, he talks about the rain falls from heaven. We were just reading Psalm 148. The heaven and the cloud, the body of the water, it falls down as a rainfall, season to season. Every farmer waits for the first rain. Once first rain comes, it's a sign it's time to plant. Plenty of rain is coming. And then at the time the rain, it says, as it comes down, it evaporates and goes back to the cloud. The farm is not watered by the body of the water that is underneath the earth. It's a cycle, a system, a natural recycle system. It falls. Now they have become rainmakers too. Did they learn that from Igbo land? Because I know there were people who were able to do that in ancient times, since ancient time. So, to them, they are waging war against God. Yes, more food is accessible to people. Most food are accessible to people that is already been poisoned with so much toxins. When I say, I've never been to hospital, people look at me like I'm strange. I eat what they say they're selling, I get sick. Because of my spirit. And the Lord will show to me that some poison has gone into me from a food that is legitimately purchased in a legitimate place where farm and food products are sold. Because they want more people to be sick so that they can go to hospital. And when more people are sick, they go to pharmacy and buy medicine. So everywhere you go, they are collecting the scarce resources that you have. That's how they make their money. The same thing has been now done in the communication and technology age. You cannot use your computer before you buy your computer. You own the computer and the apps, softwares that are in them for life. They don't want you to own anything. Everyone, they subscribe and they call it residual income so that they will keep collecting money from you. The unconscionable behavior of humanity comes back to deny God does not exist. But God has already warned in Genesis chapter 6, 5-6 about the wickedness and the evil thought of man, that he believed the only way for them to succeed and excel is by taking that of which does not belong to them. Thieves, for the Lord has commanded, thou shalt not steal, you shall not steal. They find free way to even legalize the laws and make it okay that a common man, if you speak, they attack you. And in order to comply, you must do as they say so that you can have some peace. You must pay and tax to them. We are not even talking about tax to the government that we know we ought to. It is a natural stealing. Things that you make them, computer, for example, that lasts. As long as you keep maintaining it and keep updating, they have obligation to allow you to use it for a lifetime. No more. They make them because now and every 1 year they want you to buy. They force people to spend money on things they did never and wouldn't have been able to spend money 10 years, 20 years ago. So that after 1 year, the processor on the computer will fry and will be slow. Then they want you to sunset so that you can buy another one. So they now impose and act like God. Even God did not do that, did not interfere with your free will. So it's no longer about your will and desire and the need for another computer. You are forced, if you need to maintain your life, since computers have been things we used to operate, you must be changing your computers. They create cells. They force cells. The nature of consumer behavior, the psychology of consumer behavior is obsolete. Because it's no longer about you deciding on yourself. You are forced to replace it because it can no longer work. You buy things. They break before even you use them. The thought of human beings and the whole world are in compliance. And they call it dominion. How can they call it dominion? Is that the dominion the Lord is talking about? I said yesterday, I'm not going to get into that. I talked about the principle, the divine principles of dominion. It must be in conformity with the will of God and according to God's plan. In absence of that, it becomes that of the devil. And that we battle as the soldiers and the sword. People assume jurisdiction